Hey, brothers, you're listening to Home Bar Happy Hour. We're talking about mulching, we're talking about shit bandits, and we're talking about rocking. That's right, America. And always remember when you tune into Home Bar Happy Hour, legendary moments start with a light. Let's roll, America.
All right, let's roll indeed. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Home Bar Happy Hour. We bring happy hour to you. How are you doing today, Mike, on this glorious day? We're right on the crisp, right on the precipice of summer. Feeling good?
Oh, absolutely, brother. I've already been in my pool twice.
Oh, yeah? Already getting out
I'm
there.
about, dude. It's humid today, man. I'm about to jump in after we're done here.
Yeah, throw a couple cold ones down, then jump in the nice ice plunge. Yeah, cool
Yeah.
off, beat that heat.
Hey, it ain't that cold. I'm just like coming over. Like, I can't believe you're in the pool, man. Fuck that, man. I'm all about the water, bro.
Well, you like to keep it a little chilly. You run a little warmer than I do. I've noticed whenever I'm in your house, I'm like, Mike, you hanging meat in your living room up here? It's freezing in here, dog.
Well, that's because I only pay for one tank of oil a year. If I
Yeah.
can sustain that, I ain't trying to spend it unless I get somebody else to move in, like, which is highly undoubtful. Like, I'm not spending more. Like, the price of oil, psh, forget that, man.
Going up,
I'm
man.
like,
Everything's
yeah,
more expensive now. Xbox
I
raised their
know.
prices. Did you see that?
Yeah, they can go pound sand. They think they're
Yeah.
going to buy a new Xbox system. They're out of their mind. The only thing I play on there is PUBG and Call of Duty.
Yeah, well, now it's even more expensive. PlayStation's probably going up. Thank God that Nintendo's holding for a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The one thing that's been pretty good is boating, man. I got some new fenders for the boat. Like,
Okay.
dude, they're legit. They're legit fenders, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking at them right now. I'm excited. I'm taking the boat out here on Saturday. Got the boys.
Good.
The
Good
boys
deal.
coming, brother.
All right, yeah, get that boat out. It's time, right? It's boating season. Where are you heading up to? Lake somewhere?
Yeah, just Susquehanna.
Okay, old Susky. I
Yeah, down
gotcha.
to 3 Mile Island to check out how big the fish are.
Yeah, catch yourself some three-eyed catfish while you're down there.
3-eyed. Who to catch how many? See how many heads we're up to? 3,
Yeah,
4, 5.
hey, that's what you need sometimes. You know, that's the best part of the catfish when they got that little extra juice to them.
Yeah, right.
Fry them
Yo,
up.
so let's get into it, man, dude. The bird schedule came out. How do you feel about it?
I feel pretty good. Home opener against the Cowboys. I like those. Awful nice of the league to give us a easy win, first game of the season. Just
Dallas gets to watch us hoist our Super Bowl banner.
yeah, I know. I really like that. And then, just absolutely destroy that team. There's no way they're gonna even touch us this season. So I'm excited about that. And then the rest of the season, it looks like decent season.
I'm not saying it's not an easy schedule. It's one of the harder schedules.
I mean it's gotta be, right?
On paper right now.
Yeah.
But
Because we have Chiefs second week, is that right?
Yeah, like we have what, 2 Thursday night football games. We have 2 Monday night football games. Oh, dude, we don't have back-to-back home games at all.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. You look at it. We don't have any back-to-back home games. We played the Redskins twice in the last 3 weeks of the season.
Oh yeah,
and the last game is going to be at home. So you know that that week 16 game is going to be it's going to be some shady shit's going to happen.
Well, it'll be coming down to the wire, right? Like if it's similar to last season where both at the top of the league, and
then pending on injuries as well.
Yeah,
who knows? You know what I mean? Like, dude, I remember what was it, a documentary a while ago where I forget who it was that went into this. They were talking about it was a Hall of Famer said about how hard it was to go back to the Super Bowl the next year because of how much physical and mental strength it takes to actually get to the Super Bowl and then win it. and then you go through that high, and then it's like a mental, like that mental discipline and physical discipline to maintain and to keep yourself. That's like an all like the best athletic conditioning and mental conditioning you could possibly keep. It's very hard to sustain that, especially with as a team all around. I'm not really too concerned about the players that we lost. It was just I mean, we lost like depth players, but I mean, yeah, I think we're going to be able to recoup over that based on our coaches. So
yeah, but you're right. It's really hard to come back. I mean, that's what Rocky 4. You know, it's hard to be the champ when you're sleeping on silk sheets. You know.
Yeah,
that happens to all of them. Happened to you see it a lot in fighting. Like Rocky's an interesting example, but I mean Conor McGregor, right? Like once he was young and scrappy and sleeping in his car and killing it, and then the second he started getting fame and everything, started being terrible. Same with Ronda Rousey. People figured her out and she was toast. Once you get that winning mindset, or you start to get a little comfortable, that's when the weaknesses start to seep through. So we'll see how the Eagles will do. See if they can keep it up. But
yeah, and then I really don't feel. I think I'm like 100% behind Hurts and being able to. He doesn't need a veteran or an elite offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
I believe he's at the level right now. He's at an all elite level right now, where he's probably going. If he wins another Super Bowl, he's going to go down as the best quarterback in Eagles history. Right now, he's 1-for-1 with Nick Foles.
Yeah,
I think I'll give Hurts the edge because Hurts actually is the main quarterback, and he went through the entire season and won it. I feel that our talent is a lot better on both sides of the ball. So, but there's no doubt in my mind. Dude, we're still stacking. We're a young team, younger, and one of the younger. Like, I'm confident. I ain't scared. We're a competitive team. We can go head to head with anybody in the league, and I feel good about it. It's not like the old days where it's just like, our linebackers are suspect, or D line suspect, or offensive line is suspect, or we don't have any wide receivers. You know what I mean? Or like Westbrook is constantly injured or something. You know what I mean? It was always something.
Right.
So
I feel
balanced across the team. So
yeah, I feel pretty good, pretty confident going into this season. We had obviously an incredible season last year, and I don't think that's the end of it. Just having Hurts, right, like leading the team, he's someone that kind of stays hungry.
Yeah.
So like you stay hungry, grabbing them Miller Lights. That's a whole John right there.
Yeah, brother. Ring the bell.
Around.
I had a wild couple nights in the kitchen. Hold on, back in the cooler you go. All right, yeah. So I had a wild couple nights in the kitchen. So
yeah,
about to mow my grass. But yeah, hey, back to so based on the schedule and stuff like that, what do you see? Would you go over? What would you do? Over under 11-5 wins?
I'd go over.
How many?
I don't know. That's just top of my brain.
I'm going 13.
You're going 13? Okay.
I'm going to go with 13 wins. I definitely depending on how the Rams bounce back. I feel like the Rams that Rams game they're going to give us a loss. I just there's something about it. The beginning of the season is finicky because you're not playing all your starters in the beginning of the season, and then you're trying to iron stuff out and open up new schemes and stuff. And so I feel like the Rams are actually going to start off pretty hot.
Yeah, we got aside from the Cowboys, we got two pretty tough games right at the beginning. You got the Chiefs and then you got the Rams. And then the end of the season is tough too. You got
Is that Chiefs game in Philadelphia?
No, it's in Kansas City.
Dude, we never play them in Philadelphia.
Well, I don't know.
Dude, we play them out in fucking Kansas City. Like, look that up. I mean, not right now, but look it up if you're listening to us. Look that shit up, and it's got to be like the last 4 games have over, I don't know what time period, definitely over the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
They've all been out in Kansas City, man.
And who wants to go to Kansas, you know? Is it in Kansas or is it Missouri?
Shit, I'll go to Missouri. I'll go to Kansas City, man. Dude, hit up some barbecue.
They do have good barbecue out there, that's for
Dude,
sure.
I hit up a nice road trip going out there. Stop either going out, hit up Indianapolis or St. Louis. For Indianapolis for steak, St. Louis for ribs, and then get some barbecue out in Kansas City, and then on the way back, and then hit the other city that you didn't hit on the way back.
On the way back. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the end of our season is tough too. We got those 2 Commanders games at the end, and in between that is the Bills in Buffalo. So that'll be a tough one. Is that Christmas Day game? 3 days after Christmas,
that Buffalo game. That Buffalo game is going to be. I think that's going to be fucking awesome.
I mean, it all depends, right? It's the second to last game of the season, so if both of us have it already clinched, you know what I mean?
It's going to be a little chilly up there.
Oh yeah, it'll be freezing for sure. But if it's like if it's both of us already have something locked up, we're not too concerned about it.
Dude, I don't feel like anything's going to be locked up back then. By then, I feel like there's plenty of. I think this is like one of those seasons where not a lot of teams are going to be running away with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll see.
I mean, not towards the back end.
Mm-hmm.
And then I
don't know. I think there's a good chance between us and the Washington. Like we'll have, by the second to last game, we might have at least a playoff berth locked. You know what I mean? Through either winning or a wild card.
Yeah, I feel that it's those last 2 games against Washington. I feel we're going to split the series with them. I feel like they're going to win. They're going to win in Washington, and then we're going to win week 18, and then that's going to come down. We're going to split the series with them, but it's also going to come down to getting the division title or seed placing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we'll see. We will see. But either way, I'm excited. Just got to get through the summer.
This is going to be the first year since I've been hunting since, I don't know, 2012, that the Eagles aren't going to play on Sunday for hunting season. They're going to be playing on
they have a Thursday
Black
night
Friday.
game?
Black Friday. They're playing Black Friday at 3 p.m. on Prime against the Bears.
Oh.
So I'm just what I'm planning on doing is I plan on, so after Thanksgiving, I have the truck already packed up, ready for camp. And I just plan on just heading up there. It's about like a 3.5 hour drive, something like that. And then, I'm just heading straight to the bar up there. It's called the Hourglass. I'm going to go right there. I'm actually going to call them up just to make sure that they have Amazon Prime, that they're going to have the game on up there. So
yeah, that probably will. I would assume so.
I don't know what kind of fan base I'm going to be walking in up there. I'm probably assuming that it's Steeler country, but
yeah, I mean, once you get out of like the suburbs of Philly, it seems like the rest of the state's all is all Pittsburgh fans. I don't know why they're kind of peppered throughout the place.
Well, here in Harrisburg, you do have the casual fan. Yeah. So I don't want to go that far, but there are some annoying Eagles fans, like very emotional, like they just started watching football,
right?
And then you got like fans who are like random fans from across like the country. Like I'm just like I'll drive down there and I'll see like a St. Louis Rams sticker.
St. Louis Rams?
Yeah.
So they're holding on to the past.
Yes, or Oakland Raiders fans.
Well, Oakland Raiders ain't that big, but I mean, you're talking like
but I'm just like, dude, like San Francisco fans. Oh, Cowboy fans here. There's like a sprinkle of like, dude, this is like a cesspool of fans.
Cowboys fans is like a disease. Like they're just a cesspool that kind of just pop up everywhere. It's like the measles. They have like a little resurgence every now and then. People start getting that itch. You just find them anywhere.
Yeah, they're like roaches.
Yeah, like roaches.
And when you do have, if you go south, south of Harrisburg, when you start going closer to Baltimore, obviously you're going to have more Ravens fans down there. And
Yeah.
then you got some Redskins fans here. The one bar in Harrisburg is a Redskins bar.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
you definitely have. I mean, around this area, like the tri-state area, you got people kind of smattering in everywhere. But the
you
St.
know,
Louis Rams is the one that blows my mind because now you're talking like get a
oh,
Houston
dude,
Oilers sticker on your car.
yo, man, it was like when we lost to the Rams the year after the Super Bowl in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Remember when Lattimore, Marcus Lattimore intercepted the ball to close the game out for him.
yeah.
Dude, there were like Saints fans at the bar, and I'm like, see, this is why I don't go out. Like, dude, I'm like, when did you become a Saints fan? Oh, I'm not really a Saints fan. I just choose it because they're winning. I'm a Steeler fan at heart. I'm like, what are you, 8 years old? I remember when I had like two teams. Oh, I like to root for Pittsburgh. They're my team, but I also have an NFC team too. What is that?
Some people just don't care that much about sports, and I get it, man. It feels good to win. You know, being an Eagles fan, like I am jealous of all these people that get to bandwagon jump all over the place. You're like, man, it'd be great to root for a winning team. You know, not just being a LeBron James fan. You're not a Cavaliers fan. You're not a Lakers fan. You're just a LeBron fan. You're like, man, I'm going wherever this guy goes. Miami, that's my team now, right? Like LA, I'm out there. Like that must feel good. Get all that winning in.
Yeah, right. Like I don't even know how you could like actually. That's got to be like an acceptance or like a, oh hey, look at me, like something like that. I don't know. There's no way. Like there's no way for me that I'd be able to root like wear another team's colors. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. I don't. Even thought about it. I even thought about it. I'm just like, I even thought about it, and I'm just like you don't get that satisfaction of actually winning. Like,
they get some satisfaction.
That's probably why Boston and us go at it, because Boston and Philly are almost, their demographics are kind of similar.
Yeah,
like
Irish
you got
Catholics. So
you got Irish up there, and then you got Italians down in Philly. That's pretty much like the, you know what I mean, like the how they are. But you also have Irish in Philly, and you also have Italians in Boston.
Yeah.
But it's just like reverse. But so yeah, let's move on from that. Let's get into some questions here, but let's lighten it up a little bit. Let me I got this one story I want to read off.
Okay.
It's called The Phantom Shitter, that my coworker and I had to clean up after.
Oh boy.
So I work at a restaurant, and the other night we had this sweet elderly couple come in for dinner. They finished their meal, and the gentleman excused himself to go to the restroom. No big deal, right? Well, he was in there for like an hour until his wife finally went in to retrieve him. Fast forward a few hours, now we're closing up, and it's my turn to clean the bathroom. I don't clean no fucking bathrooms. Let's put it that way. I walk in, and oh my gosh, the horror. The toilet was clogged to the brim with shit. The trash can was overflowing with paper towels smeared with, you guessed it, shit. Ugh. And there was shit on the floor. And the smell, oh my, the smell. I'm telling you, I couldn't even. So my coworker Dan, bless his soul, took one for the team. He unclogged the toilet, wiped up the poop on the floor. Oh, God. And I had to tackle the trash can. I pulled out the bag, and lo and behold, there was a rogue turd hiding underneath the trash bag in the trash can. I don't even want to know how that happened. Even after Dan wiped down the walls with bleach, the bathroom reeked for days. It's only just starting to smell normal. But it was... Yeah, but it was so bad you could smell it in the dining room. That's fucking horrible, man. One of the cooks has dubbed this guy the Phantom Shitter. So yeah, that was our night. Hope someone finds this as hilarious as we did. We do. Kind of. It's a little repulsive, but after the trauma subsided, of course. Do you have any stories about, like, how do you feel about this?
I don't know if I have any stories similar to that, but I mean, if the dude's in there for an hour, you know, like going back to the beginning of the story, the dude's in there for an hour, his wife had to go get him. this dude must have had some issue. Like he's an elderly guy, maybe he's on some medication, something that ain't sitting right, that's going wild. So I have some empathy for this dude, and it sounds like he was trying everything he could to try and clean that up, fix it up, you know. It just, that sucks, man. Like I hope, you know, I hope, like, if I was that dude, if I was in that situation, I just like couldn't hold it, couldn't make it to the bathroom or whatever, like I would leave a gigantic tip on my way out. You know, not say anything, but just be like, yeah, here's $100 on a $50 tab.
Bro, don't even
like,
get me started on tips. We're gonna keep it to the Phantom Shitter. Don't even get me started on tips. I got a story about that. We'll talk about that the next episode.
Oh, okay.
I have some stories from the Army about the Phantom Shitter.
Oh man, striking again.
Our one guy, when we were in, you know him, we're gonna call him Kenny. We're going to call him Kenny, and I think you know who I'm talking about. He was a brand new E5, and we were out at NTC. Well, he was like, obviously this dude's not in a leadership position hardly at all. He's a new E5, so you're basically like an overglorified E4, picking up, you know what I mean, learning and stuff like that. And that's not like an environment for us to start learning. It's basically a huge leadership thing. Anywho, so he was so upset. He saw how much that battalion was treating us, senior NCOs and leadership, where he was just going around and just in the middle of the night, just randomly shitting outside their talk. Jeez. Or outside their tents. Oh my god. Come out of who the fuck is shitting? Like even before we left, we were getting on the bus. He actually went over there and shit right in front of their fucking right in front of their tent at night before we got on the buses to leave.
Oh man. Dude, that's foul, man.
And then he actually shit one out there on the tarmac, we're not calling it a tarmac, but the concrete pad where we had the where we were turning all the vehicles, where they all had to get lined up and turned back into NTC. He left a nice loaf right there on the concrete pad.
Jeez, man.
Oh my god, that was great. He'd take a picture of it and just send it to a few of us. So
that's foul, dude. I would never do that. Like,
oh my god, I'm just like thinking, we were laughing. I was like, dude, he's like taking a shit. Like, there's no toilet paper anywhere. I'm like, you know, what do you just like, just shit and just like squeeze your ass cheeks together and like,
yeah,
cut it off? Like, how do you know you're not shitting? You're not gonna running shit stains, or dude, even like. Dude, shit, even like if you don't wipe your ass properly, you get fucking chafing and itchy asshole and shit.
Yeah, it's unsanitary. That's gross. Yeah.
Fucking squalor.
Yeah, he maybe he's married to the Delco pooper, you know?
We had a Phantom Shitter out in when we were in Iraq in 2003. He used to go into the female, so we had the shower trailers. He used to go into the shower trailers and take shits in the female shower trailers.
Come on, guys!
Like, oh my god!
Yeah, just take poos where you're supposed to, people. You know.
So this is like you were. I was a young guy. I was like 18, 19 years old, and so yeah, we're what, like 5? How old are you?
35.
Yeah, we're about like 6 years apart.
Yeah.
So you were like an earlier bird. And like when I was over there in 2003, and like, so we were running 915s, and back then it's like, when you stop, you take if you got a shit, you shit right there next to the, you know, next to the truck right there on the highway in Iraq. And like, dude, the old guy, we call him G Biz. He was a staff sergeant at the time and a squad leader. He had the shit so bad, and Timmy was his truck partner at the time. Well, Glenn smoked and Tim did not. Tim absolutely hated people who smoked. So he gets out of the truck and he's walking away. And Glenn's like, I don't care, I gotta fucking take a shit. So he grabs a hold of the grill of the 915 and then drops his pants, and it does his business right in front of the truck. I mean, like, you're out in the middle of fucking open. Like, who gives a fuck? You're in like, in a war zone. So it's just like, whatever. I did it all the time. I even shit on a catwalk while the truck was in motion. I don't give a fuck. And so, yeah, so after he was done, wiped his ass, everything, he got back in the truck. This time he was driving. Tim walks down the driver's side and then walks in between the truck to get into the passenger side, gets into the truck, and they start moving. And Tim's like, what the fuck is that smell? And then he looks down, he stepped in Glenn.
Oh,
G business shit.
oh, that's foul. No
oh
way.
my God. Timmy was so pissed.
Yeah, I would have been,
like,
been pissed too.
You know how Timmy is. He's like a clean guy,
Yeah.
real OCD and stuff like that. Dude, it was fucking hilarious because I was on another mission and they met up with us out in Ramadi, and I climbed up on a truck and I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? And then Glenn was talking to me. Tim threw the fucking door open and Glenn's like, fuck him. He's fucking pissed. I fucking smell like smoke, Gus. That's why. He fucking just kept on walking until he's like, hey, you fucking stepped in my shit, cocksucker.
Oh, that is so nasty, man.
I know,
would have been so mad.
Dude, we also had what was it? When I was taking dude, the convoy was so massive. We were mingled. I forget how many trucks. We had to have like 20 trucks or something like that mingled in with an infantry division coming into theater. And like, dude, the convoy had to span probably about at least 2 miles on open highway.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, like I was a recovery truck, so we were just robbing bobtail. And I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm like, I'm like, everybody was afraid. I'm not stopping this convoy because it takes forever for it to stop. And then it, 15 minutes, then it takes forever to get fucking going, to get people back to fucking their vehicles and shit. I ain't going to be that fucking person. None of us private city E4s were. Because you know how fucking the senior NCOs be like, we ain't fucking stopping your goddamn pants. And,
yeah, like, it's just a
pain. It's just a pain in the ass for senior NCOs to take care of, and I get it, dude. Now, but so that's why when we were young, we were like, I ain't dealing with that. So I'm just like, dude, hey, I'm going to go back and shit in one of the water boxes. So I came around the catwalk. We're only doing like 40, 45 miles an hour. So it's just like fucking come around. And then I fucking do my business. Well, the other guys behind, there's no privacy. I don't got a trailer on the fucking back. They come fucking hauling ass right up to me and taking pictures and stuff. And I was like, I got your fucking pictures. So kick the fucking box off the side of the truck and shit exploded out all over the side of their truck.
Man.
Oh, it was fucking great.
Jeez, this has been a poo-filled episode, Mike. I didn't know that's what we were going to go on to. This really took a turn for the number 2.
I know. Let's get into some questions here. You got any questions for me?
Sure. You want me to go off these guys here? Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Mike. So, hey, if you, Michael Gustin, with all of your knowledge and years in life, if someone asked you to give a graduation speech at a college, what would be the number one message from you? Sorry.
I would say balance. Life is all about balance. If you go, I believe there's a movie that came out with Demi Moore. That's basically what it is. It's about life balance. Like, all you have to do is just balance your guilty pleasures with your sustainable life. Like, if I was a younger with the knowledge that I have, well, one, I wouldn't have joined the Army. I would have joined the fucking Air Force or the Navy, to be honest with you. But
yourself a little easier ride.
That's one regret not doing when I had the chance. Instead, I was just like some, piss and vinegar fucking, young kid. Oh, fight for America. Send me to the front. Anyways, I just got overwhelmed with, like, when I came back, and it's just like, I had like so it's a whole year of, life dedication to we put it like that, dedication to life, where when I came back, it was like gorging myself with pleasures as far as like drinking and eating, and not taking the time to understand what it's good to have those, the guilty pleasures, but also balance it out, understand like health and fitness, stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I really didn't take time to educate myself on all the stuff that was actually important until I got I kept getting older and older and maturing. And it's just like, if that was like one thing, it would have to be sustaining balance early on. That way it's not as hard for you when you get older, so you already have that mind frame. I feel like women, the majority of women have that type of mind frame where they're able to sustain balance at an early age, where us guys just want to just fucking whatever, let's burn this fucker down. I don't know. What do you think? You think that's a good message?
Yeah, I think balance is like certainly it's a big important thing, like just with everything, right? Like work life balance, living a healthy lifestyle, but you don't want to overdo it either with, you don't want to work out all the time and, give your muscles entropy or anything. So yeah, it's good to like, know your limits and know, um, how to take care of yourself, and like what you're talking about, the guilty pleasures, letting off some steam, the some a good meal every now and then, and drinking a bit, that's all like taking care of your mental health too. You can't just be on 100% all the time, always worried about kind of the bigger macro things. But it's true, right? If you don't choose to take care of your health when you're young, then you'll be forced to take care of your body when you're older.
It'll be a lot harder when you get older.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I think balance is definitely a big thing. I should probably take my advice a little bit. I'm a little bit of a workaholic, working 70, 80 hours a week. But
I know you are.
sometimes that happens. My wife asked me the other day to slow down. I said, well, work-life balance is for pussies. And she was like, I don't think that's a but it is what it is. You gotta stop and smell the roses every now and then. You gotta balance it out. Is that movie you're talking about, the Substance, Demi Moore?
Yes. Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought that was a really good movie, dude. I was like, the last 30, 40 minutes of the movie, I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, certainly wild.
I know we talked about it a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, that flick is great. It's also, there's definitely
But that was the meaning about it. That was the meaning behind it. And also the impact that Hollywood had on the female industry, on the female workers.
There's a lot of different readings of that movie. I think there's like a strong like drug addiction meaning, like watching like the younger version of yourself overdo it and then seeing those like immediate consequences on your older body. But that's kind of what you're talking about
not
too,
even
with like
not
balance,
even just
right?
not even just your older body, but your insides.
Yeah.
Your insides are your rotten innards.
Yeah, when your insides crawl out of you and look like Margaret Qualley.
I know. We totally didn't even give anything for Mother's Day, so I want to ask you a question. Sure. What is one life lesson you learned from your mother?
Oh man, that crazy broad. I don't know, man. My mom's from Texas, so she's got a lot of Texas sayings. Yeah, she's out there. What is one life lesson I learned from my mother? I wish I had a good answer for this. Now I just feel like a garbage person. You know what? My mom always took care of people with little to no regard for herself. She would never say no if someone asked her for help. And that's something,
selflessness.
Yeah. So, and that's one thing. It didn't matter if it was to her detriment or to whoever, but if someone asked her to do something, she always said yes. So that's the one life lesson I learned. And that's, maybe that's a life lesson I shouldn't have learned. And that's how I get into workaholic natures, doing everything. But it is a good trait to have, to be dependable and know, people can depend on you. And it feels good to kind of give that selfless service over to other people.
Real quick, I feel that I feel like that's a good life lesson. On the other, I feel indirectly my mother taught me caring.
Okay.
Indirectly, just caring, cherishing memories while you're young, stuff like that. Just always like do it like like there's I mean, I have like as do others, like such as yourself or anybody else. Everybody's got like negative memories growing up with their parents,
Sure,
but you
sure,
also
yeah.
have a lot of. But you got to stop. Everybody's going to have that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but
No, no,
always look at the
I was
positive.
mainly just joking. I
Yeah,
had a fine childhood. I'm not upset at my
yeah.
parents or anything.
Always looking at the positives and like all the memories that your mother, my mother, my parents were old school, where the father went to work, came home, and expected supper on the table, stuff like that.
Yeah.
He always worked and maintained and secured a financial stability for the family, while mom always took care of the kids, took us places, got us into intramural sports and Boy Scouts, and took us to drive-ins and camping and stuff like that. Um, so I mean, like that's for mother, like that's how I feel, like indirectly. Now, like life lesson, like that's how I feel, is like the indirectly told me about caring for other people and creating memories.
Yeah.
Um,
That's good. It's a good lesson to
so
take away.
yeah,
I like
I
that.
know I already said one regret that I had when I had a chance. One regret. What's one what's one thing you regret not doing when you had a chance?
Not doing what kind of what it is for me is we're getting a little deep here, Mike. I feel like I've always like played it safe with my life and career. So I went to college immediately out of high school, couldn't afford it, and then joined the National Guard to pay for college. And I thought, man, I can drive trucks around 1 weekend a month. I can go play paintball in the woods on the weekends with my buddies. And they were like, nope, you're going right to Afghanistan. But then
Gotcha, bitch.
yeah. But then when I came back, I wanted to go to college. Was my whole plan. But I was 22, so I wasn't gonna like go to school full time, you know what I mean? Like graduate at 26 years old. So I did online school, and I played it safe. Like I studied business, I got an MBA, but I really wish I would have studied something I was more passionate about. After I got out of the Army in 2019, I started, or not 2019, 2021. I started doing freelance journalism, and I love that. And I've been doing that for 4 years, and I've been, mildly successful with it, been published on a lot of different sites, and being able to do that. And I always wonder, like, man, I wonder what my civilian career would look like if I would have studied journalism off the gate and tried to do that instead of like, going the technical route, the business side. So that's probably my biggest regret, is not pursuing my career aspirations earlier. We'll say that.
Being
What
a
about you,
journalist?
Mike? Yeah, that's what I've always wanted to
I don't
do.
know,
That's
man. I like who you are right now.
I like who I am too, but I mean, I've been doing freelance journalism for 4 years now. I spend a lot of my time writing and thinking about stuff, and uh, you know, reviewing video games and movies and stuff, and that's where my passions lie. And I've, like I said, I've been
I got
mildly
you.
successful with it. But if I, who knows what this career looks like if I had started 13 years ago instead of 4 years ago?
Hey, man. Maybe I'll be your. Maybe you can bring me on as like one of your paparazzi photographers.
Okay, yeah, you can
Um,
be like Kirsten Dunst in Civil War.
yeah. Or who was Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler? Was that night? Was that the movie?
It's not. Is it Nightcrawler? Let's
It's,
see.
I think it's. I
It's
think it's what
something
it is.
Night.
Or Night Stalker or some shit like that. I don't know.
It's Nightcrawler. You're right. Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's going
and he
around
was
taking
taking
photos.
pictures of stuff, or not even that, just like not a PI, but like somebody you hire to like take pictures from afar with a
That's
telephoto lens.
that's a PI, man. They're there checking on finding cheating
Yeah, but they're
spouses and
more.
stuff.
Yeah, but they're more about investigating. I'm talking about just. I'm not worried about just solving shit. I just want to. Hey, you hired me to take pictures. Be like,
Yeah.
yeah. Who plays who's Spider Man?
Tom Holland,
No. I mean the actual character behind the mask.
Peter Parker.
Yes, Peter Parker, like Peter Parker. He's like,
Okay.
but so we're gonna finish it off with one last shit story.
Okay.
The fuck was that? Uh, so the Ship Bandits is what the story's titled with. When I was in 7th grade, me and my all right, so obviously this dude's a little young, grammar. When I was in 7th grade, my buddies and I were at lunch, and and we were bored. My buddy bought the world's finest chocolate bar. I imagine it's Hershey's chocolate, and accidentally left it out in the sun. He said it was ruined, but I had no idea. I told him to give it to me, and he said okay. I went to the bathroom when we were all done with our lunches. Then after that, we went to the bathroom, and I went into the stall, smeared the chocolate all over the wall, chocolate on the toilet, chocolate on the toilet paper. Afterwards, we left, and a kid walked in. I put some on the sink as well, and I was screwed. I had it all over my hands. Security was right outside. I had to wash my hands. But to no availability. I walked out and said to the security guard, someone put chocolate on the sink and it's all over my hands. All right. So he didn't even look at me. He just left. I'm like, oh my God, could you imagine? Just like a fucking babysitter. I'm like, these fucking kids, man.
Yeah.
It was my
graders
first
are the
act.
worst.
It was my first act and not the last. We then went to our classes and went through the day and through the day. Although I was worried about that kid, but that's besides the point. The next day, my buddies were on a band field trip, but I decided to do it anyway. I then walked into the bathroom and then I wrote something in chocolate. I wrote, the shit dealers never will be caught. Then I walked out of the group of kids, walked in, and I wanted to see the reaction, but I left as to not draw attention to myself. Then when I went to class, I was called to the office. I walked in, and the principal said, "Get in my office now." I walked in, sat down. She looked at me and said, "Your buddies told us that you were smearing chocolate on the walls and toilets." I thought, damn, they ratted me the fuck out. And I said, I did it. She told me to go to class, and I have a week of detention. I can say I didn't learn at all.
Wow, that was a tough one, man. I was trying to read along with you. That
I know, dude. You know, the grammar and shit. I mean, obviously, this is a seventh grader. Oh my God, I would have that fucking kid. But I read this. I saw it. I read it. We had, like, obviously there's plenty of other shit stories from the Army. We had shit bandits, obviously, from what you could tell. Between the Porta-John graffiti and everything, fuck first sergeant, know what I mean? And then, and not even, but I remember my dad, when I was young, my dad, went in, like, when he worked at a certain, package delivery company industry, they had a spread out, like lunch, like it was for the holidays. They had like a lunch meat spread and stuff like that. Well, like he was getting like lunch meat, making himself a sandwich and stuff. And, it was out for the warehouse workers, it was out for the drivers and all that stuff. So like they had like this, table garnishment on there, like decorative stuff. And he was like, look at these, because the one color of this company is brown. So he was like, what the fuck? So he thought it'd been funny to grab some of it. Now, this is a 30-some-year-old man at the time. Yeah. Probably my age. He's probably my age. He takes a bunch of it, goes to the bathroom, and he fucking wets it. And then he kindly lays it fucking toilet seats, and then he lays it like one over the fucking sink. Just that he's just like laughing just to fucking get shits and giggles, and he just walks out. People are like, who the fuck shit all over the place? There's like turds, like, oh my God. But everybody who's listening can absolutely relate to the fucking people in this fucking society who, if you got to go to the bathroom and you go and the toilet is just a fucking war zone. And I'm just like, this ain't happening. Like, I gotta go. I'm like, dude, and you just hover. Like, sometimes I have to hover over it. Like, that's what I did when I was in Iraq. I had to hover over shit. Or if I was in Afghanistan, like, I gotta go. I'm gonna go no matter what. And I'm just gonna hover over it.
Yeah, like, sometimes you gotta do that. You can't sit your butt down on that.
That's like one thing, like when I go to Eagles playoff games or any type of sporting event and like you're tailgating and stuff like that, you never know when you're going to have to take a number 2. And I always bring baby wipes with me. One, to clean my ass because nobody likes to walk around with a with a tootie booty. And two, I don't see any fucking goddamn hand washing stations around there. They got hand sanitizer in the fucking stall. You think that's going to take if your hands are up your ass crack? You think that's going to take away the fucking the squalor that's on your hands? No. That's why I have like baby wipes and stuff like that. I'll get it back to there, add a little bit of water, a little bit of hand soap, more baby wipes. You're all good, brother.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be walking around like
godliness.
Yeah, unless you're at hunting camp and then one of your buddies come walking in just to film you taking a shower, then you just stick your fingers up your ass and then stick it in his mouth. That'll teach him for fucking taking pictures and videotaping while you're fucking in the nude trying to shower.
Well, on that note, on that sexual assault note,
that's not a sexual assault. I was sexually assaulted.
Well, you were voyeured. I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of that story.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You gonna come in? Yeah, you gonna come in here and try and embarrass me? That's all good. You're gonna fucking regret it though. He didn't even see it coming. I jammed it right up in there, and I fucking here you go, motherfucker.
All right.
You want some? You got some.
Well, on that, this has been episode number 2. That's all we've talked about is number 2s. Thank you guys so much for hanging out at the Home Bar Happy Hour. We bring happy hour to you. We will see you guys in 2 weeks, maybe a little bit earlier if Mike is able to get something up. He's got something in the works, but
yeah, I'll try and drop another short. We'll drop another short here for next week.
But until then, we'll see you guys next time. You want to sign us out, Mike?
Hell yeah, brother. Keep clean. Wash those tootie booties. Roll out, America.